What do you think for 175,000 miles? Not too bad, huh? The antifreeze in there is from me spilling it when I removed the intake. Next, I'm going to clean up all these surfaces and everything around here. Just everything on top of here is going to be cleaned up. Needs to be cleaned up. Throw a rag down in the valley, or yeah, I guess it's called the valley, just so I can keep as much dirt and crap out of the oil. And I put rags in all the intakes and coolant ports. Try to keep that as clean as possible. So I'm going to clean her up. Got her all cleaned up. I vacuumed all the ports, ran a vacuum down the middle, trying to keep as much stuff as I can out of there. I ran a tap through all the holes. I ran all the bolts through a die to clean them all up. New O-ring on the fuel lines. Words are hard. Ready to put the intake on. Well, ready to put the silicone, then the intake on. I had an old guy tell me once a trick about to clean up your old bolts. He would take all of his old bolts, put them in an old paint can, throw some sand in there with them, and then drive down the gravel road. Well, sand, ATF, and diesel fuel, then drive down a gravel road. I don't really have any good gravel roads to go down. I don't have an empty paint can. So I'm thinking a body armor bottle, some sand, some ATF, and some Marvel Mystery Oil ought to do the trick. Went driving for about a half hour with this in the back of my truck. Didn't go down a gravel road, but drivers and the roads here are bad enough that it seemed like I went down a gravel road. So here's after I sprayed them all off. There's some of them that look pretty good. Like this one. Looks pretty clean, and then there's other bolts that are just still pretty gross, so probably gonna have to throw a dye through most of them to clean up the threads. But overall it worked decent, I guess. Maybe if I would have left them in there a little longer, they probably would have got cleaned out, but I have no patience, so that's where we're at. That's a lot. So I got my silicone or RTV, whatever, all laid out. Probably not the prettiest, but I think it'll work. Have all the bolts in and started, not even finger tight. For these small block Chevys, you're supposed to tighten up the center bolts first. I have the stud here, here, here. This one is for the bar that goes to the pulley or the tensioner. This one I'm going to use for ground. This one I'm going to have to extend the bar that goes from the AC to here, because it used to be an extra bolt like on top of here somewhere. So I'm going to put this one on here, and I'm going to have to lengthen that bar about, what, 2 inches. So got them all torqued down. Turns out I'm kind of an idiot. There was a pretty good gap there earlier, and I was afraid that it was gonna leak. So I took it off. I actually called Jags. I was like, I don't think this part's gonna work. Jags was awesome about it. They're like, hey, if you say it doesn't work, all right, send it back and we'll get you a new one. And then I torqued it down. This damn clamp has been on here for probably 4 years, because I put a hose clamp on there and didn't take this one off. But now it's finally off. I hate these damn things. I believe that these were made by the devil.